Hey everybody, this is another strategy to prevent election violence. Today, what we're talking about is the principle of voter consultations. Voter consultations have to do with making opportunities for politicians, not candidates, but politicians, people who have already been elected, to be held accountable in a public way by the people that they represent. So basically what this means is that it's providing forums and community town halls and other chances like that for people to come forward and say to their representatives, hey, you said that you were going to do this and then you didn't do that, and let's talk about that as an accountability issue. Now, when people know that they are going to have opportunities to do something like this, they tend to put less pressure on the election. Think about it. If you know that you can hold the person publicly accountable for their errors afterward, then you know that the election is not your only opportunity to point out that you don't like the way that things are going. Politicians are not especially motivated to do voter consultations, and part of the reason for that is the behavior of voters when these happen. A lot of times they get kind of out of hand, and people are not just rude, but sometimes disruptive to an extent that the opportunity can't move forward. But we can let politicians know, because they might not, that this actually is an election violence prevention strategy. We can also really work with communities and talk about why this is an important opportunity and what it means to make sure that we take care of the opportunity and it can continue to being used. So here's what you can do. You can, first of all, invite your representatives into opportunities like this. Create forums in which people can be spoken to publicly and asked questions and held accountable. But also there's a piece about structuring them with a balance between accountability and civility. It's not that people need necessarily to be just totally polite to the people who are there. You don't have to avoid challenging, but there's a difference between challenging a politician's actions and yelling, screaming, swearing at them. So finding a balance between those two things for the participants can help a lot. And then the last piece that an ordinary person can do is publicize existing opportunities. Maybe things like this are already part of the norm where you live, in which case you just need to get the word out so that everybody knows this is an alternative. It's something that they can experience. So going back one more time, the strategy is voter consultations. It means having elected officials provide opportunities for voters to hold them publicly accountable for their actions. And the theory behind this strategy is if there are other opportunities to hold people accountable, then we put less pressure on the election itself. Next time when we talk, we'll do another common question. And this common question is just going to be, in the definition of election violence, what exactly is meant by physical violence? That's next time.